through the trees up there. Alright, this is the fork up to the Cascades. Oh, here we go. This is nice. A little bit further down to the top of the falls now. This is the main fall. It's quite an unusual channel that's been cut through the rock here. It almost looks like it's man-made. The water is just crystal clear. I know, bad sound for the rest of the day now. I've got water in the microphone. Oh wow, okay. Oh, look at that. A fair way to go down to get to the bottom. Wow, it's a fair drop. I walked a little bit further down the stream. There's only a couple more little drops in the creek, and then it just turned into like a cascading creek line. Didn't go far. Beginning to trek back up. It was about a 400-metre descent. Just looking at the GPS data. Back on the steps now. This is at an altitude of 880 metres. The creek is about 560 metres. Car park is about 960. So there you go. Only 80 metres to go. Up. Lengthwise, it's probably still a kilometre. Back up at the lookout. That mushroom-shaped rock is just there, right? And you barely even see the shape of it from here. Everything looks totally different when you're looking up at it from down the bottom. What's interesting is that it's almost like a pin on the maps, the shape of it, and it marks exactly where the waterfall is. Like the waterfall is directly underneath it down there. So it was about a 415 metre climb up out of the hole there. Not totally sure on the distance. My GPS, every time I get down the valley, GPS just goes crazy and adds up way more kilometres than I'm actually travelling. Seems if I keep moving it's okay, but when I stop it just sort of darts around. 1:15, definitely time for lunch. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to have a bit of a lazy afternoon. I came into Blackheath and parked outside the Memorial Gardens here. Went for a quick stroll around. There's also this Pope's Glen thing that I've been seeing signs for. I'm a bit curious as to what it was, but it really just looks like it's a bit of a walking track down to Govet's Leap. Didn't look all that exciting, so it was freezing cold. Turned around, came back. How cool is that? Now that is rare to see a satin bowerbird actually in there tending to his bower. That's quite amazing. Unfortunately he saw me, he's taken off now and he's not going to come back for a while. So I've come down to Wentworth Falls sort of area, sort of hiding in the bush somewhere. One of these little dodgy little spots off the side of a road that runs out along the mountain line. You can actually see Sydney from here, if can't now because the clouds come over, but if it is clear enough, you can see the city. I've had a few people suggest some places to look at in the lower Blue Mountains, so I'm kind of leaning towards doing that over the next couple of days. I'll probably that's why I came down the Wentworth Falls now rather than staying up the top there, and I'll see how that plays out. There's a few nice tracks to go for a bit of a bike ride along, and there's some waterfalls down there that I haven't seen yet either. Well, it is a Saturday night, and in typical fashion, this particular road just has people flying up and down in their four-wheel drives. So far, I've only had one come into this particular spot where I am and, play around. Oh, no, actually, there were three. There were two earlier before it got dark, and there's been one since it got dark. But, anyway, hopefully I can get a peaceful night's sleep without being interrupted at, 1 and 2 a.m., but we'll see how it plays out. What do we got outside? Oh yeah, no sun. Another grey day, but who knows, might break up as the day goes on. It's funny, I was just thinking about something, how when I first started living in the van full time, that quite often I wake up in the middle of the night and just not panicked or anything, but I'd wake up a little bit disoriented, not knowing where I am and which way the van's pointing, and just, it was quite a bizarre feeling. I'd have to sort of think about it for a while and try and work out where exactly I was. And like I said, it wasn't a panic or anything. It was just kind of one of those funny feelings. And it would only take me 20, 30 seconds to work it all out and get my head straight. But it's just amusing that I just don't feel that anymore. Every time I wake up now, I know exactly where I am. I know exactly which way the van's pointing. Yes, it's just one of those things that you never really think about when you're living in a house, because everything is consistent. You're always sleeping in the same spot. Your front of your house is always in the same direction, and you know exactly what's around you. It's probably just one of those spatial awareness things, because I am the sort of person that's very much aware of everything that's going on around me, hence why I wake up quite a lot in the middle of the night. I guess it's probably a bit of an experience for those that might feel a bit anxious if they're just starting off with this sort of lifestyle, that you go out the first few weeks and you're just kind of unnerved at night when you wake up, but it'll pass. It's like 8 o'clock already. It's the visibility is getting worse out there. Like when I woke up, I could see, in the distance, the mountains, little wispy clouds between them. Now it's just like a sheet of fog. On the road, very late start. It's 20 to 10 already. It was good, just no real need to rush. The weather has cleared up a little bit. It was very cloudy and hazy. Someone left me a comment in the last video saying I should come down to South Lawson. There's a little trail, a 5 waterfall trail down here. So that's where I am right now. And I can hear the water already. I've only just walked out of the car park. Well, there's a little one in there somewhere. Can hear it, just can't see it. That's probably the best glimpse we're going to get. There we go, so the trail does get around to the bottom of the fall. It's a beautiful little walk down here, just following along the creek, all ferns everywhere. Very nice. Little peak down here. There we go. Beautiful little creek crossing here. There's a bit of a small canyon forming a bit further up, but you can't get down there. So this is Federal Falls. This is a nice one. It's a beautiful little gully. This really is a beautiful walk. Well worth the effort if you can get down here. It's not a stack of stairs or anything. It's a pretty easy walk, I would say. Oh wow, we've got a circle of falls. That's nice. Bit of a tricky one to get shots of, this one. It's got so many trees and things growing down in the little gully here. This one's nice. Climbing up now. Yes, there are stairs. There we go. It's interesting. I think we're on the last fall now. Very unusual to see waterfalls that are actually convex. There's like a rock poking out here. Usually they're cut down by the water flow. But there's very few waterfalls that come down and bounce off a rock like that. The final steps. Yeah, it does get harder. So I think I'm heading back down this way to the southern car park, which is where I parked. Back home. There are more not more trails, but there are more waterfalls a little bit further over, so yet again, perfectly timed the end of the walk to coincide with lunchtime. My last batch of food. I'll knock over my lunch and then I might head out to have a look at these other waterfalls. That was the Five Falls over that side, but I think there's maybe 2 or 3 more over there. Just kind of checking out the map and seeing what's the best way to get over to all these other falls. There is another road that goes over the other side there, so what I think I'll do is I'll drive up and see if we can get over there and see what the parking area is like. I'm kind of thinking I almost need to find somewhere to stay around here tonight because I can't see me moving on today. Is there somewhere I can sneak into for the night? Sewerage pumping station? Maybe not. Oh, jeez. Shit. Just hit a tree. Oh, crikey. Where am I going to park? No parking any time. Squeeze myself into a little water diversion drain on the side of the road. What's going on down here? Lots of footprints. Oh, okay. There we go, very nice. He's alive, but doesn't have much life in him. Funny little flowers, look at that. It's a nice old tree. It's official. There is signposting as well. There's a Victor Falls straight up. See a bit of water through there. But, I think this probably comes around and goes down to the bottom. Looking at the map, it sort of looks like it possibly does. Unsure whether I'm on the right path or not. Am I just shortcutting here? I can sort of see a path through there. I think this might just be a shortcut that people have made. I'll go back and follow the main path. Walking through quite a gorge again. You see the big sandstone cliffs up there. There we go, first glimpse. Nice area through here, just walking along the edge of this cliff. Nice spot. Always covered in that super intensely green moss. It's like we have to cross over this one. The path goes up the other side there. And just see the little waterfall disappearing over the edge there. Let's go down the bottom first and have a bit of a look. Looks like another drop just over there. You can keep that one. This is intensely beautiful down here. My new favourite spot. There are so many fallen trees though, and while I was standing there, a massive branch smashed down. This is a special place. I am lost for words. This is just taking insane beauty to a whole new level. This is incredible. Nice big pool down there, it's so clear as well. So we're joined onto a much larger stream now. This runs up to a couple of pools. Wandering up this way to Willawong Pool, and then I've got to come back along this path down to Bedford Pool, and then I'll loop back up around the other side. A little bit of sunlight now. That's nice. Oh, this is getting rugged now. Big rocky overhang here. Yeah, this is the Willawong Pool. This one's actually at a join in two creeks. There's a bit of a track here. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good. On to Bedford Pool now. Oh! Bloody hell. I think I've missed Bedford Pool. I think the turn-off was back down the hill. It didn't really look like a very well-defined trail. I'm not going back down. I'll continue trudging back up. Got up pretty high here. Walk along the top of a ledge. Look at this big rock overhang here. This is massive. Not just a big overhang, but a big rock. The camera doesn't go up straight, doesn't go up enough to show it. I reckon this is the last waterfall of the walk. Just a little one to finish off with. And just a little bit more to overload the senses as we come out of the valley. If you only go to one place in the Blue Mountains in your entire life, come here. Oh, it's even better from up here. Bloody hell, look at this place. So there's a lookout that way. I'm going to skip the lookout, I think. I hope I'm not going to regret that. I think I'll just head back up the fire trail to the van. So the fire trail's just running across the edge of the cliff here. You can hear the waterfalls down there. Peek over the edge. Whoop. All the way down, you can't see the waterfall though. There we go, back at the road. I can see some blue in the background there. A little hard to tell exactly how far I walked on that one. GPS is just all over the place when you're down those canyons. It just zigzags everywhere. It's really bad on that one. It says 7.15 k's. I reckon I'd knock off 1.5 at least for all the noise. It's probably a 5k loop, I'd say, maybe 5 to 5.5. And then the walk this morning, the Five Falls walk, that was the same sort of thing though. It says 3.8, but I reckon it was probably more like 2.5 kilometres. Not a lot of elevation gain, surprisingly. That one I just did was only 188 metres, and the one this morning was 100 metres. I would have thought there would have been more climbing than that, but there you go. It is 4 o'clock. I need to start thinking about where I'm going to sleep tonight, so... You know, I'm actually only 12 kilometres away from where I stayed last night. I may as well just go back up there. Yes, it's up the mountains rather than down, which I'm sort of heading slightly downwards at the moment, but doesn't really matter, does it? So it's only 12 kilometres, whatever. For the sake of having somewhere where I know I can stay, I'm out of sight there, I shouldn't annoy too many people. Around here it's all very populated. I could stop in that car park I was in earlier today for the Five Waterfalls walk, but it's directly opposite houses and I don't really like doing that. I don't like people being able to see me. The only other option around here is kind of an industrial area. There's quite a big industrial area in Lawson. But yeah, that's going to be like a 5 a.m. wake up for me, and who the hell needs that? So back to Wentworth Falls. Just wedge myself in between some trees again and we'll be right. Yeah, that'll do. Level enough, I think. It's like 10 to 5 now. Bloody hell. I very successfully passed the day. I'm getting onto my my eat fest that I seem to do whenever I'm in the van. It's not all healthy. I just eat a biscuit as well. But anyway, I think tonight I'm just going to probably sit down and do some video editing. That's pretty much how most of my evenings play out, you know, especially over a day like that where I've got so much video footage of so much stuff. It's going to take me hours to sort all that out, so that'll be fun. And it is kind of fun, actually. I like putting it all together. And then sleep, and then, I don't know, tomorrow again, who knows? I'll see how I feel in the morning, see what the weather looks like. Can you hear that sound? That is the sound of rain crashing down on the roof of the van, so this might sort of define what happens tomorrow. Anyway, let's ride through tonight and see what happens. I'm going to bed soon. It's getting late and cold, so it's definitely time to get in bed. Alright, catch up with you in the morning. Alright, let's see if it's worth getting out of bed. Oh yeah, look at that. Throwing some clothes on, I'm going to head down to look at and have a bit of a look. So I've just brought a tour bus down here, a small group of people. Another one. And they'll be out soon making a hell of a racket. Come on the tree. No, look. Hey, look, really, you got to go on the tree. Dude, come on. There we go. No, not me, the tree. Fine, be on the ground then. It's always a nice lookout. I think it was a bit of a cloud in the valley yesterday, but I didn't really stop to have a look. Yeah, the rain's topped up the little paddling pool. Let's go! Nice and clear today. Here we go, Faulconbridge Point, all loaded up. This thing's ready. So the plan is basically to ride out to Faulconbridge Point and check out the view. 6.4 k's. This was another recommendation from one of the comments. There's a little bit of up and down on this trail, but overall I think it's not too tough. Oh, there's a bypass track. Looks like this must be a fairly permanent feature. Yeah, a big rock. I guess we are there. No camping. Righto. Hey, look at that. You know what has to be done every time I see a cliff face? Hey. How's that for a view? Straight out to Sydney. Very nice spot as always. I'm going to head back to the van. It's going to be pretty close to lunchtime. I say a couple of days of hard walks and my legs are not feeling the most lively at the moment, so won't be much more going on today. I'm going to jump in the shower, cook some lunch. It is 12:30 now. It was like a 14k round trip, so not a big ride, but and a pretty easy one too. But I'm feeling pretty stuffed. So I might leave this video here. Not totally sure where I'm heading to next. I will probably duck back in on my mother and just check up on her and maybe get on to doing a bit more stuff in the van, but you will find that out in a few more days when I put up another video. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.